Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow starts the same old thing again.
Welcome to Rage Quick Wire. We got myself, Pete, with my buddy Chris, and my buddy up in the mountains, John Stokes.
The mountain man.
How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Not bad. So,
welcome, Chris.
Yeah, so we did a little small rat catchers prize support regular tournament today, and it was just pre-round, pretty fun tournament. I ended up hammering Chris, which is always fun, literally with hammer.
I lost.
So we're going to talk exiles today mostly, and then we're going to reminisce a little bit about howzat, and then, yeah, we'll just kind of BS about what else comes on our mind, or comes into our minds, I guess. So
Sure.
Let's start with the exiles, though, because they dropped the last two out of that box, which we got to see Honor, and we also got to see, obviously, Hemlock dropped Thursday, but then we got to see Harriet, which we're going to have a lot to say about her because the internet's raging about her, and we raged a little bit about her, so we're going to talk about her. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk with Hemlock because she came out on Thursday. So, Chris, I kind of want to start with your thoughts on her. What do you think about Hemlock dropping into the Morticians?
I think that the blind is always useful, and 2-inch reach is always useful.
I mean, I was surprised she got 2-inch reach because she has this little sickle. So I was like, that's kind of a nice surprise for Morticians.
Yeah, I think that you'll probably be a little bit better with Scalpel, so probably some more Scalpel play. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Scalpel. I also see a lot of shenanigans with Puppet Master, with Obulus, and her doing a 1-point Midnight Offering because she can basically do damage to herself to do a character play for one less. So, I mean, it's influence intensive, but you can definitely get a lot of jank and movement out of this. So, I don't know, what kind of sticks out to you, John? We're both hunter guys, so, I mean, Midnight Offering is always good to see.
Oh, I love Midnight Offering, but you're just throwing more jank into the jankiest team there is.
Well, and it's annoying that their Midnight Offering only costs 1, essentially.
Yeah, and I always hate blind. Blind sucks, with the bear, with all your low defense models that are so much fun. Midnight Offering gives her, she gets a fun scoring thread of like 20 inches because she can Midnight Offering herself for 1 influence, then sprint and kick.
So if you see Hemlock get dropped, are you going to not bring the bear, and are you going to see people not bring their beaters just because they're scared of that blind, or what?
I don't know. It's questionable. That's why I personally usually save the bear for the last if I know I'm going against a team that's blind, And
then if they don't drop it, drop the bear. If they do, then pick somebody else.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she's got a good playbook. I think that momentous tackle on 1's probably another really good thing that she has going for her that a lot of people weren't expecting to see. So, I mean, that makes it very doable for her to, go up, peel the ball off somebody, and maybe even get herself into scoring range.
Definitely, especially with 2-inch melee.
Well, yeah, because think about it. She can buy 1 attack, tackle it momentously, then she can do Midnight Offering for 1 to jog herself somewhere else, and then spend her last influence to kick the ball. If you want to go that route.
The problem is if you get her up that far, she's going to die.
Yeah, I mean, but, you're switching 4 points for 2. I think most people are okay
Sure.
with that exchange.
Well, and the Dark Doubts makes it to where you don't really feel as incentivized to kill her.
I mean, you're going to lose, 2 momentum off that, I think?
I still kill Dirge, and he has the same thing because he's annoying.
I was going to say, I think you just have to. I think it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you're going to lose 2 momentum, but what are you going to do, let her stay alive? I mean, I don't think you can do that, especially since she's pretty easy to kill.
Yeah, especially when she starts taking Soul Seer because 3 damage to herself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If she does that and then goes and scores a goal, I mean, then you're looking at only having to do, 9 points of damage, which even on a 5-0 model is very easy to do. So
yeah, I think she's definitely going to be played a lot, but she's just another squishy model in an already very squishy team.
That's actually a really good point that I haven't thought about yet. Just Morticians do have low hitboxes, and she's definitely another one.
Yeah, they do have low hitboxes, but she's another example of, yes, you can kill her, but it just kind of sucks to have to do it. Like, it's not very productive.
That seems like a good theme for the Morticians, though.
It makes sense. I think that she fits in well to the team. I'm not seeing her having... I don't think that she's like an auto-include or anything like that, but she's functional.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, and I think that's a good balance that, yeah, she does have blind, and she does have, good use with what she's doing in the guild, but she has a good counter where it's like, yeah, you sneeze on her, she definitely could die. I actually like Zarola with Midnight Offering, because Unpredictable helps her stay alive, I think, a little easier than Hemlock might. So, I mean, I think she's got a good balance. I don't think she's too over the top.
Yeah, I could see her being used in many ways where you do something like you blind an opposing model that could threaten you, maybe in melee, charge in, tackle the ball off. You've got the 2-inch reach, so I mean, you're going in maybe against a 1-inch reach model or something like that, and then you use the last influence to score.
Yeah, and let's not forget that she's a lady with a 2-inch reach that can go into Flint needing only 3s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, think about that.
Yeah, well, and she just needs 1 success to get that momentous tackle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that tackle is definitely the biggest thing. Like, probably the big 3 takeaways from her are that she has that momentous tackle on 1, and then blind and Midnight Offering. I mean, those are the 3 biggest things I think you're going to see her used for. And that 2-6 kick isn't anything to sneeze at either. It's okay.
That's the one thing that I think would discourage people from using her as a scorer is that 2-6 kick.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just one of those things where if it's there, it's there, and if you need it, like in a desperate situation, it's there. I mean, that doesn't stop, John Stokes over there from, taking the 1-die 4-inch kick with the stupid Fahad goal.
Or just time it up to 2, and it's always a tap-in.
That's true. So, all right, so that's Hemlock. I mean, a solid model. I think people are going to play her. The model itself looks pretty cool. She's got this Hot Topic Hemlock look with the snake going around her. So, pretty cool model. I definitely will
do skulls.
Yeah, I'll definitely be picking her up for my Morticians that I just got. So, the other model let's not talk about the model yet. Let's go ahead and talk about Veteran Honor. So, what is this crippled lady doing?
Well, first of all, they stuck with the theme of anybody that comes from the Masons having no momentous results on the back half of their playbook. So,
okay. So that's nice to see, just theme-wise.
Yeah, way to stay with that crazy-ass idea.
Yeah.
The things that I'm noticing here is going to suck at knocking down models. Because it's on 4 and it's not momentous.
She's only attack 4 now.
Terrible. Yeah, she's only attack 4 now. I like the influence. I mean, bringing 3 influence is helpful. But, yeah, I mean, she's going to replace a Millstone or a Haro type model, obviously. Like, that's what her role will be.
Yeah, I think that with certain models, she's going to be okay to work with. Like, so if you bring, like, Fallow, let's just say you bring Fallow, because Fallow is going to activate at the end of your turn, right? Because you want her to be as high attack as you can. Mm-hmm. So Honor will work good with Fallow because of all the repositioning of the harvest markers she can do. So let's say you have 3 harvest markers that are really out of position and you want to move them up for Fallow to use at the end of the activation, or end of the turn. You can just use Honor to mosey on up with her 4/6 movement with her dog and just pick up the harvest markers and then just place them in a more useful spot. So that's kind of the use I see for her, just helping those models that can't go back to get the harvest marker and they need to, be closer to them. I think she's going to be useful in kind of re-picking those up and helping you position them into better spots.
I think what you're going to do with her is you're going to paint her up real nice, and then like a coach, you're going to put her on the side, off the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping to get more cool shit out of the dog.
Yeah, what does the dog do?
I think the dog thematically is helping get the harvest markers up, I guess.
It needed like an ooh ball something.
I think the dog is the faithful protector aspect, right? Like she always has a crowd out that's in her hip pocket because of the dog. I think that's how they're using her. But if that were the case, especially with the limited movement and limited attack, it would be nice if the dog also gave her the ganging up bonuses.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, of course, I'm not a Farmers player, but I don't see her making the 10.
Yeah, like I said, unless you are a person who really likes, I would say, like fallow, or if you're really a person that kind of just likes honor, I guess, and the dog a lot. I mean, I don't think I'd put her in my 10. I kind of hope somebody's going to find something cool for her to do. But besides repositioning the harvest markers, I like you guys, I really don't see it that much.
This coach does something different that we don't know yet.
I mean, her legendary is kind of cool. I mean, she can remove harvest markers and then immediately put influence on friendly models. I mean, so that kind of has its tricks there that you could probably find some good use for. The only thing is that she doesn't put down harvest markers? Or wait.
Yeah, she does.
Okay, yeah, she can do it by what, spending 1?
Yeah.
So she doesn't do it for free. That's kind of a problem.
All right, so you're just trading influence for influence.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, harvest markers aren't always used for influence, but I get what you're doing.
She's slow as shit. She's only got a 1-inch reach.
However,
go backward
I just want to point out that with the cane and with the brace, she is still faster than Granite. Just throwing that out there.
But she's got a dog.
Yeah, the dog's helping her walk faster than Granite.
I guess.
There were so many Mason players complaining about that this week. They're like, how the fuck is she faster than Granite?
I just want some more shit out of the dog. Like, that's...
that was this. I mean, the dog would have been cooler if it, like, just some kind of, like, just weird thing like ooh ball or just some nice little dog thing just to make it, fun.
Should have been fetch. If a loose ball is within 6 inches of the model, the dog fetches and brings it back.
Yeah. Or maybe, like, it's an attack dog and maybe you can, like, go drag somebody towards honor or something, like a German Shepherd.
It would be awesome because it's a border collie. It would be awesome if it had something that was like nipping at their heels, where like you had another model, almost like an avarice and greed type situation, but that other model was just when you tried to run off, it was just able to like tag with you and always be giving a crowd out type bonus,
almost like tag along or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Up.
Yeah, to where like it was just like what a border collie would do if it was nipping at someone's heels and always chasing after him. It would be irritating.
Yeah, I think John hit this on the head here. That I don't see her getting play. The the Scarecrow is a better planner. I mean, Harrow's always going to be there. Grange is obviously a captain, but way better planner. So it's just there's other planners that are going to get more work done than her. Like I said, I hope somebody finds something cool to do with her, and maybe I can try her out and maybe find something good. But it's kind of lackluster, in my opinion.
Yeah, I tried and I've thought about it. Like, maybe with Thresher she can, get the harvest markers to him where he can, do his 3 damage thing, but. I just don't see it.
Well, she's never going to get up the field enough to use that 360.
She's never going to get near Thresher.
Yeah, like to be honest, I think the best thing that she has in like the entire card is that momentous double push onto successes with the 1 damage.
Oh, I mean, but she's only a 1-inch reach. I mean, how much work are you going to get out of that?
I get it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how
she has a tackle on 1. That's not terrible, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not like she's going to turn around and turn it into a score. It's a tackle off of a model that's already down by your...
I'm just looking at this. I'm like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. The Queen of Guild Ball has been laid low.
Yeah, they need to do some cool shit with the dog. Like, that's... To me, it seems very...
Well, good news, boys. Season 4 is not too far around the corner.
Yeah, but it's not like they're going to create a new dog model to go with her.
No, but I mean,
standalone dog model.
I think in competitive play, you're just not going to see this, and then they're going to be like, oh, well, we kind of missed the mark on that one. But I think it's also, they're like, the farmers were at this really high point, so maybe they just didn't want to give them a useful model to, help them stay where they were. I don't know. So,
But if you're going to get a new model out, it should be playable.
yeah, I agree with that totally. It should be something you can use.
I mean, it's kind of like when Granite and Crucible come out, and you're like, yay!
Now, that being said, we have Harriet the Hat.
Oh, yeah.
John, why don't you lead us off with this?
Broken? Did they play test this? I don't like that they can kill my captain without touching them.
Can they kill your captain without touching them?
I'm playing Scatha, yeah.
It's like, how do you figure? They gotta get in melee. They can't just kill you.
They can go attack with Hoist. Hoist can kill my captain without touching him. Because replicating Sucker Punch and hitting it on 2 is ridiculous.
Well, you have to be in melee to do that, though.
Yeah, but
if you do it at range, you're going to have to spend 2 to do that.
Right, but if I bring the bear and get anywhere close to you, you're going to tool up Hoist, hit that on 2, and if my captain's within 8 of you, it's going to die.
Okay, I see. I see what you're saying there. You're talking about farming it through somebody else and killing somebody else.
Or any of your 5.0 models that are usually, lower hitboxes, harder to kill because they're 5.0. Yeah, Hoist kills them with this.
Yeah, so those of you that don't know what Sucker Punch is, because John just started going off on it here.
Yeah, that's all right.
Sucker Punch is 8 inches away. Basically, Harriet can target an enemy model and suffer 2 damage. So basically, it's a 2 damage, 8-inch character play. Now, the problem with this is it's also a Guild Ball result, which means that, Harriet can do it and, that's whatever. But the problem is Hoist can truly replicate this. And it's on 2 for him. It's not like, a double Guild Ball where he's going to need a bunch of hits. It's on 2. So, yeah. Hoist, tooled up with deletion, it's going to become 4. Not to mention, throw a free charge in there for overclocked, a bunch of damage. The only thing I saw about this that I was like, okay, well, at least that's a thing, is that it's non-momentous, but still, it's a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, and it's not once per turn, which sucks.
Yeah, it is not once per turn, so you are getting punched very, very frequently.
So, in and of herself, she's not incredible, but yeah, that pairing with Hoist is going to be formidable.
Yeah, so she's fast, which surprised me a little bit. I guess she's a little kid running around. She's got a 4.6 kick, which is pretty much in line. She does have 1-inch reach, so I was happy to see that, just because, I think it just needed to happen. And not to mention, I think she has, if you can dodge a wrench, which means she can do her character play, or sorry, no, that's not even that.
No.
If you can dodge a wrench is when she hits you, basically you do a scatter. I think that's the way that reads, right? Cause damage to an enemy model that's in possession of the ball marker.
And so there's no holding on to the ball.
Possession of the ball.
Yeah, there's no, because that ability overcomes any sort of like close control or sturdy, those types of things. It's not the same as just a regular knockdown or tackle. Like, you're not going to be able to hold the ball around her.
Yeah. So, and then the other one was basically learn from the best. This is the one I was talking about. That is, if she's within 4 inches of the captain, basically she can make a character play once for free. So, yeah. And she has Inspiring Hat, which is fine.
Yeah, so, I don't think that's surprising. I think I like that they kept that just for theme reasons.
Yeah. This model's a problem.
Yeah. I'm overreacting, saying it's OP and nerf it now.
Yeah, so the only thing because I was talking to some of the guys from Atlanta about this, and, we were talking about, my God, here comes 20 damage and all this nonsense, and it's not, the funny thing is, it's really not going to come from her. It's going to come from Hoist. She's going to do damage and she's going to be annoying, and yeah, but Hoist is the one that's going to benefit from this probably the most. And the problem with that, though, is you do have to set it up. So this is going to take 2, maybe 3 activations to set up. So knowing that, you can try to either throw a wrench in it, no pun intended, or you can, give them a model that's not as easy to take advantage of when it comes to stuff like that.
Why is it going to take 3 activations to set up?
Well, because there's a few things that need to be set up. Hoist needs to be within, 6 or 4 inches from her to do true rep. So he has to be within 6. Then on top of that, if you're going to tool him up and you're going to give him the free charge, Ratchet has to go next. Has to go before him. So once they activate Ratchet and do that, you know, hey, Hoist is lining up for this crap. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be at least 1 to 3 activations, depending on how you do it. Plus, if you want to put deletion on there with Pinvice for that extra +1 damage, then that's what I'm talking about with 2 to 3 activations.
My initial thought was, oh, this would be so much fun with Pinvice, but it's worse with Ballista because you can't stay away from a Ballista team because he'll just shoot you to death.
Yeah.
And then you can't come in because Hoist will be tooled up and delete you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, she's going to be a bitch to kill, too. Just because of that 4-1. But she's got 16 hitboxes. Like, it's just... That's going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, she's not, like, super easy to kill. You're definitely right. She's... Mm-hmm. I think she has also more boxes than I was anticipating.
At least she doesn't reanimate.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Sure.
Yeah, she does. I guess she doesn't reanimate. They just gave her, like, 5 more boxes in Hoist.
Oh, can we also fucking talk about how this bitch got disarmed?
Velocity.
They put disarm into engineers. Can we talk about that?
I mean, yeah, so if everyone's going to be coming into you, then that disarm is correct.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you finally got into the engineers. Fucking disarmed.
Because you're either going to have to get her to the model that would be coming into you, so then she'll be deep into that, in theory, melee team, or that model's already activated and come in, and then she gets to disarm it once it's down there.
Yeah.
So, the fact that you can't buy that and you have to do it through an attack is better.
See, now here's to me, this is the saving grace. It's like, yes, this model is really good. However, the good news is that you have to drop 1 of 2 models to play her. You either have to drop Velocity or you have to drop Colossus. So if you see Harriet, which you're going to see her a lot, one of those other 2 models are not going to be on the board, which means you're losing 1 close control model and you're losing another model that's really hard to kill, or decently hard to kill, I should say, not really. But.
Why wouldn't you take Velocity, Colossus, Hoist, and Harriet?
Because you want Ratchet for the tooled up and the free charge. Just to set all that up. Because it makes that whole thing just so dirty and worth it.
Okay, so...
I just drop Colossus and go for it. Shoot until they get to you, and then, now you're going to get beat in the face by Hoist.
Yeah, I mean, Colossus is definitely somebody you could drop. I know a lot of people love Colossus, though, so I don't know if they could justify that.
I do, but I don't think you need him with this.
Yeah, I mean, she's good. She's probably, if she's not the best exile, she's definitely top 2. I think the only exile that might be better than her is Decimate, but damn, she's good.
Yeah, these 2 are definitely the top.
Yeah, so
that actually leads into another conversation. So let's talk about these exiles and like where they rank. Your number 1 is who, Decimate or Terry?
I think I have to go. I mean, I know Decimate's really good, and I think but I'm gonna have to go with Harriet. I think that she tops Decimate a little bit.
I think if you just look at them individually, Decimate's better, but with what Harriet does for that team, it's Harriet.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot because Decimate does a lot for Brewers. So I would definitely, if I'm going to rank them, I would put Harriet 1. I would put Decimate 2. I would probably put Minx 3. I would put Hemlock 4. Honor is obviously last. Who's the other one I'm missing?
Gutter.
Yeah, Gutter is second to last, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gutter and Hemlock kind of could go either way to me.
Yeah, I think if you bring Gutter into into an Ox list, she's going to do a lot of work there. So I think it just depends where you. But I could switch. I could see switching those 2, switching Hemlock and Gutter.
I mean, Hemlock's good. I just don't know how much better she makes the Morts.
Yeah, that's true. Because I think there's a lot of Morticians list where you still won't see her. I think it's just going to be a preference thing on if the player really likes that. If you need the blind, and then also if you like Midnight Offering. So,
right.
Go ahead, man.
You're going to see Decimate and Harriet in like every list, both captains.
I probably agree with that. I do. So
you'll see Gutter all the time too, but that's just because the Butchers don't have good options.
Otherwise.
So like even if like let's say Gutter's an auto include, that's not saying much. It just means that she's better than.
I told Chris, I was like, yeah, I like Meat Hook. She's an auto include. He's like, well, it's an auto include in Butchers, so like, I mean, how much of a good auto include is that really?
Man, did you let him play Vet Gutter against you today?
No, it was not. I mean, because we were playing the OPD and they're not allowed.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where you have to take it in context, just like with this Harriet the Hat model. You have to take it in context. The model in and of itself isn't that great, but what it can do with the rest of the team is amazing. And with Gutter, yeah, she's probably better than 4 other Butchers models, but that's just not saying much. And so she'll probably be an auto-include, but she's still like number 5 in the release of models.
So, Chris, did you see that they announced what the next minor guild's going to be?
Some shit with anchors.
Yeah, it's for the Fisherman's Guild.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Some shit, fingers.
Some fucking boat shit. I don't know.
I mean, I figured it was for the fishermen, but it was like, I don't know, like it was inspired by some.
It's like the Navigators Guild or something.
Hipster chicks tattoos because they always get those anchor tattoos.
Anchors away, man. So
yeah, because
the fish need it. Definitely, they need help.
No, the Butchers need some fucking help.
I could have, if somebody asked me what the next minor guild was going to be for, I'm like, it's got to be Brewers or Butchers. It's got to be one of them. And then they came out with this fish shit.
Some more shit.
I don't know. I would like to know what reasoning, like why they're going in what direction, like how they decide who's next.
I mean, that's a great question. One thing,
I think that they listened to this podcast and they were just trying to piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, Jamie's like, what can I do that'll piss Chris
Jamie's like,
off?
I want to rage Chris out, so let's do this.
Yeah,
I bet those Butchers get like the last minor guild.
I mean,
and then the hilarious part about that is they're not going to want to take a union option anyway, because now the union option that they're so likely to take, which is Gutter, is just part of their team. So they already don't get to play with the union models, and they're going to get their, minor guild last. So
John, what's your impression on these exiles? Like we already ranked them, but what do you think about the box? Are you kind of happy, excited, pissed off, nervous? What's up?
I've ordered 2. I'm super pumped.
Why the fuck did you order 2?
Because we're splitting them, through me and a couple other guys. We're splitting them, and I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with them when they get here.
Okay. So one thing I did when I saw this Harriet model, I was like, oh, great. Josh White has another effing tool to play with.
Jesus.
Because he's really good with those engineers, so that's going to be annoying.
Well, I think I remember.
Can we just tell him to move the fuck on and get a different guild?
Somebody's been playing. Nobody else is playing.
No, why don't you just get good? Just like everyone fucking tells me.
Yeah,
it's just like a thing. Just get good.
Get good,
like,
Chris. God.
It doesn't matter if like somebody else's guild has like all sorts of.
I was listening to
extra shit that you don't have.
So just a quick side note, because I think we'll switch topics after this. But just a quick side note. I was listening to the Legion podcast, the Star Wars Legion one, because I was, dabbling and, thinking about it. And
by the way, John, how's that Legion picking up in your neck of the woods?
It's not.
Okay.
Because people are going like hog wild down here.
Yeah, they're like going bananas.
We keep talking about it, but I haven't seen it.
There were
yet.
like these guys that weren't even tabletop players that apparently were in the shop. And
they bought like 4 of the starters.
They bought like 4 starters of this thing.
Bunch of Star Wars nerds around here, man. What can I tell you?
You love me some Star Wars, and I've been thinking about it, but...
Yeah, we'll let you know. I told them once they get Ewoks, I'm like all on board here.
I don't mind that Fantasy Flight and GW and stuff are going to go to battle with each other, though.
Oh, I bet you GW is a little nervous about all this coming out, because, I mean, this might hurt their wall a little bit. But anyways, I was listening to this podcast, getting back to what Chris was saying, and they were talking about, people coming from different games playing this new Star Wars thing, and they were talking about people coming from X-Wing, and one of the X-Wing sayings is like fly better, or fly good, pretty much. And I was like, oh, so they got their own little get good saying that everybody has for Guild Ball. So I think it's entertaining that there's other games where they're just like, yeah, just get good. Get good, scrub.
Was get good like a... Is that a Guild Ball unique thing? I thought that was just across...
You hear it in Guild Ball all the time. I mean, that's kind of where I've heard it. I haven't heard it a lot of other places. I don't know about you, John.
I've heard that with other systems, but whatever.
I don't know. I hear a lot of get good for Guild Ball. Hashtag get good. So anyways, moving on here. We had the howzat tournament, a little over a week ago now. And it was a pretty fun event. Mike Klein from old New York, he ended up carpet bagging it down here. And if you haven't checked it out, he actually just put out a podcast today talking about howzat. So I haven't listened to it yet because it just popped up when we started recording. But I'm going to listen to it probably on my way home here and finish it up tonight. But he ended up taking it, which was awesome because he ran that Union very smooth. He played Rage pretty much the whole day. And it was a really, really balanced top 10. I think if you look at the top 10, you see almost every guild represented. Because 1 through 10, it went 1 through 10, it went Union, Masons, Engineers, Brewers, Morticians, Hunters, let's see here, Fish, Butchers, Fish, and then the 10th was Masons again. So I think the top 10 was well represented from all the different guilds, which is awesome to see. And it was just a really fun day of just drinking and playing some guild ball games. And honestly, John, I don't know about you, but 6 games went by pretty quick. I don't know if it was the beer or what.
It flew by. It was by far the most fun tournament I've ever played in. But it flew by. But I guess that's what happens when you drink a lot of beer.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, you want to hear a somewhat rage quit story?
Sure.
So John was playing Chad.
Oh, jeez.
And it was like, was it the last round? I think.
And I'm 10 beers deep.
Yeah. So anyways, he was 10 beers in. I think it was the last round. And John went to do something. I can't remember. It was like I don't know.
It was a pin.
Oh, you're trying to pin somebody. And he just rolled snake eyes. And then he tried to snipe him. And I think he rolled snake eyes again. And all of a sudden, I just see this hat go flying across the beer hall there. And like a jackass, I walk over there, pick it up, and I go, "Here, John, I think you dropped this." It just came flying out the hand there. But I got it for you.
Hold on. I didn't throw it like across the beer hall. I tried to throw it down.
He hit somebody with his hat.
No. Bullshit.
You were drunk. What do you know?
I tried to throw it down next to me because, it was one of those dice days.
It was a Steve Spurrier throw.
It's Chad. It's my, the guy I play every game against. So it's in the comfort zone. And I try to throw it down next to me, but like I said, 10 beers backwards. Thanks for picking my hat up.
Yeah, no problem. And I think that you were just mad at those howzat dice screwing you out of the character play again.
Oh, I had quit rolling howzat dice by then.
Oh, did you?
Were so bad. Damn you, Jake, and this bullshit loaded dice.
And did you hear, Chris, how I had to avenge him?
No, what happened?
He lost to an Esther's Brewers player with Theron, so I had to avenge him the next round and beat that same player with Skatha.
Yeah, well.
Is Skatha the drop into a Brewers player?
Skatha is the drop, because if they drop Esther's, all the clearing that she can do, it's not worth it. So
that was probably about 5 games into Esther's for me. It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I dropped Esther's way too much. I dropped her 4 out of the 6 rounds. Good times. What'd you say, John?
It was a fun game. I learned.
Yeah. Well, you said you hadn't really played into Esther's that much, right?
No, not a lot.
Yeah.
But, I made dumb mistakes, and he played really well, so...
Yeah, that's why I think this tournament was just great, just because of all the different players, different metas. You got to measure yourself up against the other metas, so it was just good to see. And
I did roll 6 1s in one roll on those howzat dice.
Nice. So you just went for the full Yahtzee, huh?
Yeah, that's when they went into the bag and stayed.
That's okay. I did represent as the top hunter player going 5-1.
But I drank more beer than you did, so I think I won.
That's fair.
Who was your loss to, Mike Klein?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I lost to Gabe. So funny story because
so you didn't play Mike Klein in the tournament. You just
no, I played him after the tournament because we wanted to get a game in, and it was like we got done at like 1:00. But anyways, which thanks for the game again, Mike, if you listen or if you're listening, because it was a fun game. I enjoyed hanging out with you over the weekend. But no, I lost to Gabe, so I was trying to get. You know how I get cute with it sometimes.
Yeah, it's dumb.
I make dumb decisions sometimes. Well, I was sitting there, and I was a little drunk at this point. Not super drunk, but I was a little drunk. And I was thinking about him, like, you want to know what? Gabe's probably going to drop Corsair. It's like, I wonder if I could surprise him and drop Scatha and do some shiesty stuff into this. I was like, okay, we're going to try this. And then he dropped Shark, and I was like, fuck. Like, God damn it. And I'm like, Gabe, why did you drop Shark? He's like, well, you dropped Scatha a few times, and, you know, you seem pretty comfortable with her, so I gambled. I was like, fuck you, Gabe. Fuck you.
I can totally see Gabe saying that too.
No, it was a great game though. I kept it closer than it probably should have been because Shark should just outscore me for days. But I ended up killing him, and I almost got to the point where I could kill him one more time and get the goal, but I got some bad scatters, so it happens. Don't laugh at me. How dare you?
It's okay. We all made dumb decisions.
Yeah. So we're kind of, I mean, it was a great tournament. Everybody that I sent pictures to, everybody I talked to on Twitter, Facebook, was really impressed by the venue. They were impressed how big it was. We got a shout out on Guild Ball tonight. Phil was like, man, they had a taco shop right next to the beer hall. That's like my dream, venue. And those tacos were freaking amazing.
So that Phil can not play Guild Ball and just go eat
tacos. Go eat tacos and throw axes.
Those tacos are awesome. That is an Asheville taco shop that moved down there, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, which, I mean, is awesome because I know you guys... Have you looked any further into doing a brewery tournament up in Asheville, John?
I actually went out and scoped out a couple places yesterday.
Nice.
/ drank beer, excuse to...
If you could do that in the summer when I don't have school, that would be great.
I'm looking in June, probably late June, early July, maybe.
Hey, I'm out of school then. That works.
Trust me, I know the schedule.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so, I mean, I encourage anybody, if you have the opportunity to do, like, a brewery event, I mean... It's just fun. It was just a fun time. It's probably one of the best tournaments I'd been to in a while. Just a ton of fun. My wife even said, like, man, you sound like you're having a blast. I was like, yeah, this is great. I'm seeing a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. Just really fun.
The swag was awesome. The prize table was awesome. The beer was unbelievable. Yeah. I think.
Now, that being said, there's a couple of things that I want to put out there. First off, Spring Fling's coming out here in a couple weeks. John's on. Are you on the wait list, John?
Yep.
All right. So hopefully, maybe
a
few people.
How deep are you into the wait list?
He's like at the fucking end of it.
Look, all of you out there, if you're on the fence about going, get the hell out.
Yeah, just get the hell out of the way. So the good news though is we have a spot in our hotel room for John. So if he gets some kind of like last minute ticket, he has a place to crash if he needs to.
Or maybe I'll just show up and hang out and talk shit to you all day.
Yeah, there you go. God, that'd be so annoying.
I'll be like Joe, just sitting there at your table watching, except talking a lot of shit.
Or like Phil.
Yeah. So we got that coming up. I think everybody's doing some last minute prep. John's going to play Rat Catchers, apparently, if he goes.
Yeah.
There's actually a few people that have Rat Catchers picked for the tournament, so we're going to have to get some, like, last second rat catcher games in just to figure out all the shenanigans they can do. So yeah, get ready for some rat catcher shenanigans, Chris.
I'm ready.
The piper will be paid. Oh, did you see that, dude? Broken Toads Gaming did that piper bust.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's probably my favorite bust they've made so far.
Definitely better than the Angel one.
Yeah, that Angel one, except for the Angry Otter was kind of cool.
Yeah, well, they could have just done a salt bust.
Yeah. He would have sold more,
Speaking
probably.
of Salt.
What about Salt?
Well, now you can play as Captain Salt.
Veteran Captain Salt.
That card is the best thing Steam Force has ever done. I laughed until I almost cried when I saw it.
I actually think it sets a really good precedent by making it a card that isn't like tournament legal, but is something that people would just want to have fun
playing. You can have fun, yeah.
Yeah. I think that sets a good precedent within a game because all of these games can get
Dude,
competitive.
my favorite thing about that Veteran Pirate Salt card is the Dread Pirate Salt. So this model is not left-handed. The model may make a counterattack without spending momentum. Best reference ever for you Princess Bride fans out there.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I loved it. I mean, that, triple push dodge is pretty sweet.
That is not anywhere close to as good as Swashbuckled, where you have to speak in a pirate accent.
And then whoever loses first by not speaking in the pirate accent gives up 1 victory point.
And they're a big old loser.
If you're got your pirate accent dialed in, you should be playing that every turn.
Oh my god.
That's like a free victory point. You play 4 in, you only have to score 2 goals or whatever instead of...
Or you just talk in a pirate accent for the whole game and laugh your ass off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Does that go over from turn to turn?
The Swashbuckled?
Yeah.
I guess it just says until you forget to do so.
Okay, so it could last beyond the
Well, no, it's sustained, so I guess it would go away at the end of the turn.
Okay. So, see, you can play it once per turn. And if
it's once per turn.
Up.
Yeah, it's definitely once per turn.
The ridiculousness of a 6.5
So,
jog.
I could definitely see this card being played casually at, say, the Open Gaming Hall of SteamCon.
Oh, for sure.
Which, good news, fellas, the SteamCon tickets go on sale on Monday.
Oh, you didn't get yours yet?
I'm going to kill you. This motherfucker.
You didn't get yours either yet.
Oh, no, he hasn't gotten it yet, but technically he has one.
We've heard about price support in the past.
I was going to say, it'd be funny, we all, bought our tickets and John's still waiting here in October and he still doesn't have his ticket mailed to him.
Yeah,
I should probably talk to somebody about that.
Yeah. Somebody point John in the right direction, figure out where his ticket is.
I'm just going to have fun talking shit about it until it doesn't happen and be like, I didn't want to go, guys.
That's okay. I didn't want to go anyways.
I was busy that weekend.
Yeah, so there's an early bird special. I think it's only $75 or $85 for the early bird. It's $100 if you wait. We might get media tickets, but I think I might buy it anyways just to make sure I get one. That's just me. Because I haven't heard back about it. I mean, we're not real media, so they might look
we are.
They might look at our application and be like, oh, those guys, fuck off.
Dude, there's some of our episodes we've had hundreds of views on it.
Oh, hundreds. Hear that? Dozens of listeners every week.
No, what I'm saying is, if you look at the one where I bashed the farmers, the one that kind of, built our reputation.
That's because they're like, who is this crazy Asian?
It's got, 400 views on YouTube.
Well, Chris, it doesn't count if you view it 400 times.
Yeah, I view it 400 times. Every day I just wake up and log into it. It hasn't even been 400 days since we did the episode.
I know,
so I just logged in 157 times.
Yeah.
157 times to see how many views it had.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
I checked in on it 150 times. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, so SteamCon. And it's in Nashville. Even though it's 70 or 85 to $100, that con's worth the freaking ticket. I mean, I've been playing Guild Ball for going into a year and a half now. I've seen 2 SteamCons kind of come and go, and every year I've seen the stuff that they put out. It has been pretty amazing. So I encourage anybody to go to it. It's just, and it's in Nashville this year. It's right in our backyard. So definitely go into it. Hopefully Steamforge can give me a free ticket, I mean, that'd be nice, but...
You should have to win yours. I should hopefully get a free ticket, because I know I'm not fucking winning one.
I already blew my best chance, and that was to beat John with his own guild.
Oh.
And I failed.
The next tournament rolled you.
That one, I mean...
You were 5-1, so you were basically 1 victory away.
Yeah, I mean, if I would either had to play Brian White or I would have to play Klein. So that was my next game if I didn't wet the bed. I would have to beat 2 very good players, which, you
would have had to beat 1 of 2 very good players.
Well, no, because because there was a pair down. So if I got the pair down against Klein, I'd have to beat him, and then Brian White ended up winning, and then I would have had to beat Brian White.
You good?
That's a Herculean task, some might say. There it is. All right, so really, guys, any last-minute thoughts, news? Yeah, so there's a Knoxville tournament. They're doing same thing that we just did. It's a tournament, but they're using the rat catchers as prize support. Just because I think people are starting to do that because if you run the fun rules, it doesn't count for Longshanks, which a lot of people, they want to count when they play their games against people. So I think a lot of people are like, yeah, we'll use it for prize support, but we're not going to use the rules because we wanted to count on Longshanks. So, which I'm okay with because I'd rather count on Longshanks, personally.
Yeah, we're going to do the little fun thing up here in Asheville, like first weekend of May or something, just to get some people out.
Yeah, you should have came down. We had 8 people come out today.
I would have made it 9, and then Chris couldn't have played.
Well, Chris didn't have a very good time. Hammer did some work.
Oh.
No, Chris had a good time. He ended up he actually won his other 2 games pretty well, and then Hammer just did Hammer things. So John, last thing I want to talk about is I know you and I were talking together before. What are some what's a guild that you're looking forward to playing now that these tournaments are kind of winding down for a little bit and you can re-examine another guild?
Oh, I want to wait and see kind of what our guys around here are doing and pick a guild that's not being played. So it's between Brewers, Blacksmiths, and Alchemists.
Okay. You guys don't have any Blacksmiths players up there?
Not yet. We have one that just bought them. If he gets into them, then I'll go Brewers or Alchemist.
I think Brewers could be very interesting with that Decimate coming out.
Yeah, I imagine he'll stay on the...
Dude, plus you got him painted red, white, and blue, so you could play, your all-American, true American song there, or real American, there it is.
Real American, the Hulk song.
You could just play that every time you go to the table.
Yeah. It came from me. I just happened to be watching Beer Fest one day.
Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Oh man, how cool would that be if we could get Das Boot when we were at howzat? Just yell Das Boot and then the Das Boots come out.
Yeah.
Myself personally, I'm looking at a few different things. I'm looking at Falconers, Rat Catchers, or Alchemists for kind of a change of pace once Sprinkling's done. I'm thinking maybe Rat Catchers.
When Falconers come out, I'll definitely be putting them on the table. But
I know Chris is like all in for Falconers when they come out, so that'll be cool to see Chris play Falconers. All right, well, I think with that being said, unless you got something else, John, we'll go ahead and roll some dice and throw some salt, and we'll see everybody next time.